For the past week, it has been snowing and so much fun, and this is what I've been up to lately. But recently, all the snow became ice, and now it's just slippery and not fun and very unsafe, to be honest. So I decided to make the most out of my time stuck at home and do a fun, cozy reading vlog. I don't know if you can see my breath. The weather's freezing, so I think you know what that means. We have to go inside and do a reading day. But with all good reading vlogs, preparation is key. So I have some snacks. First, a little iced coffee moment because I am so tired. Like, I feel like I could sleep, and that's what I've been doing for the past 4 days, either sleeping or going on my phone. So I need to wake up, I need to stay energized, and I have myself a little iced coffee, and it's before 2 p.m. so I can have caffeine. Some gummies, I love these. These are the Lifesaver gummies in 5 flavor. Beauty Guru. This very sad bag of chips, and then some mints. That is not the most important part. The most important part is what books we're going to read. That was very intense, I'm sorry. I have a couple in mind. I want to finish The Night Shift. I genuinely have like 8 pages left, so I'm probably going to finish this in this video because I really just have like the epilogue left, so I'm pretty much done with it. This is by Annie Crown. It's Wattpad published, so it was originally on Wattpad. It is super cliche, bookworm, loving, romance girly meets the popular basketball boy. Everyone at school knows him, and they have a love story. I do want to read Cinderella's Faking It because I know the second book is coming out pretty soon, so hopefully I can read that. And I heard it's 200 pages and it's on my Kindle, and when I read on my Kindle I go through things super fast, and I have the whole day. I mean, it's only noon and I'm gonna read all day. But now we're at my bookshelf. I want to pick out some books that I have on audiobook, so I have every option available. First thing is Tastes Like Shakar. I have this on audiobook, and it's going to be returned back to the library because it's on Libby, I think in a week. So I need to listen to it because I waited genuinely like 6 months for that book. So I need to finish that audiobook soon. This is my bookshelf. Super messy, and I know I just posted a video cleaning my bookshelf. I think I want to do this. I have this as an option. I really want to read Collide, but I don't think I'm in the mood for it. These are the physical books I have with me. I have The Night Shift. I'm gonna finish this, read the epilogue, get it over with. Not get it over with, I feel like that sounds kind of mean, but like finish it. I have Taste Like Shakar by Nisha Sharma. So excited to read this. I have it on audiobook, so I think if I want to close my eyes for a bit, I'll listen to this. Reckless by Elise Silver. I am like 80 pages in, and this is a really fast read because it's such a lighthearted romance. It's cowboy romance. You don't really have to think a lot. It is a hefty book, but it goes by really fast because it is just so lighthearted, so fluffy. And then for ebook, I have Cinderella's Faking It, so I have every book in every format. Let's get in bed and do some reading. I do have a towel, not because I wet the bed, because I'm on my period and it just makes me feel a little bit secure when I have a towel, and I sometimes scare for my comforter, so I just do that. Is that TMI? I don't know. But let's get reading. Of course, I have my strawberry cozy that I wear every time I want to get cozy. Let's read the last 8 pages of The Night Shift. I am officially at the epilogue, and I have 2 more pages, so reader besties, I finished the book. It took about 20 minutes to finish 10 pages because I'm a slow reader. Not that it matters, reading is still reading. My tripod is kind of shaky, hold on. I thought the ending was cute. I think they're an adorable couple, and it's very like lighthearted. It's college, nothing high stakes. They're just 2 kids figuring it out. But I will say some of the writing, some of the dialogue and internal monologue, mostly from the female main character because it's in her point of view, is a bit cringy. Some of it I was like, whoa, this genuinely came from Wattpad, like you could tell. And it also felt nostalgic at the same time because I used to read Wattpad as a kid, like in middle school when I was 13, and it was like Harry Styles fanfiction. And it was insta-lovey too. It just happened all really fast. And also the miscommunication trope annoyed me so bad. I'm like, girl, you can't assume what people are thinking. Like, why didn't you just talk it through? Like, what? Why'd you run away instead of like talking it through? But also at the same time, I was like, oh, like that is so Wattpad. They're an interesting duo. I give 1,000,000,000 stars for the cover though, so. But I think I am ending at like a 3 stars maybe. It was like okay. There were some good moments, but I feel like it's not memorable. Like I'm not going to be like, wow, I think about this one all the time. Like I probably don't even remember like chapter 1 through 5 right now, to be honest with you. But it was fun while it lasted. On to the next book. I think I really just want to lay down, so I might do a Kindle book, an ebook, because I can lay down and flip through that rather than a physical book where I have to like flip back and forth and turn the pages. And I don't think I can fully focus in an audiobook right now because if I close my eyes, I might fall asleep. So we are going to do an ebook. I'm gonna read on my Kindle. I'm gonna read Cinderella's Faking It. I did read it a little bit before, but I forgot it, so I'm just gonna start back on chapter 1. Oh, there is a list. That is so funny. Do you see that? That is all the chapters that are spicy. Oh, there's more. There's more. When you thought it was over, it wasn't. I genuinely believe there is a Taylor Swift song for every book, and so that's why she always makes it onto like book playlists, because there's definitely a song that will describe whatever that book is. She's so real for that. Okay, let's read. I don't know what's going on in my head right now, to be honest with you. I literally felt myself fall asleep and I just couldn't like keep my eyes open. I was reading on the couch and then I turned off the big light because the camera stopped rolling, and so I was like, oh, I'll just lay on my bed. Smart, so smart. And I have my cozy on, so I was just super comfortable and I took a nap. I am 5% in, which, you know, the hour that I did read, but we have the whole night ahead of us. It's only 4 p.m., so a lot more can be done. However, I am loving the writing style of Cinderella's Faking It. I think it is so entertaining and it's such like good written romance so far. Like I just know this is like the type of writing style that isn't cringy, that isn't cliche, and it's just good storytelling, so I'm super excited for that. Also, I am more intrigued and a little bit confused because it is like hidden identity. So the main character name is Delilah and the male main character is Beck, but Delilah is pretending to be a socialite named Cordelia. I am kind of like, okay, does Beck fall for Cordelia or Delilah? I'm just excited to see how it all turns out. In the fine print by Lauren Asher, and Rowan, I think that's the male main character. Rowan was pretending to be someone to talk to Zara. The names are a blur, but the female main character and the male main character had a similar situation and I didn't like how it played out. So hopefully it doesn't play out the same way, but we will see. I will keep on reading. Reading update, I picked up a new book. I am reading Tastes Like Shakar. If you're commenting on the weird angle, this is the only angle where I don't have like a shadow on my hand or a shadow on my face because of my hand, because I'm holding my tripod. So I have to go like this. Anyways, reading a new book, Tastes Like Shakar by Nisha Sharma. I'm actually listening to this on audiobook and I was doodling on my iPad, so a little multitasking. I am 12% in and it's really, really good. I love Dating Dr. Dill. I thought it was such a good romance. There were so many elements of it that I loved. It was relatable, it was really connective, it was funny, it was entertaining, and it was a lot of emotions, but it felt really authentic and realistic, which I really liked. And so I feel that this one is doing the same but better. Or maybe it's been so long since I read Dating Dr. Dill, but I am in love with this so far. Like, I love everything about it. I love the characters. There is a little bit of like miscommunication or kind of like, no, I said that, but it's not what you think I meant kind of situation, but it works. Like, I don't like the miscommunication trope, but this one is different. And especially because we're only 12% in, there's so much more to go. And then I love getting a sneak peek at Perm and Corinna because they're planning their wedding, and I just love them. They're such a power couple, and so I'm excited to see this dynamic, which is Bobby and Benjamin, also known as Bunty. Hey besties! It is another day of being snowed in, so let me give you a little reading update. I've actually been reading a lot since I last updated you. I didn't really vlog at night just because the lighting is so bad, and so I was like, I'll just do a update in the morning, which is what I'm doing. When it comes to audiobook, I have been listening to Taste Like Shakar, and it is so good, guys. I am 33% into this book, so I am 1/3 of the way in, and it is so good. I might like this a little bit more than Dating Dr. Dill, but Dating Dr. Dill does have a very special place in my heart, so I'm not gonna rank it quite yet. Bunty and Bobby are so powerful together. They're so cute, and there is this like tension between them, but they're not quite acting on it yet because they are working together to help plan Prem and Karina's wedding, and so they're trying to stay professional, but the way he shows that he likes her in very discreet way, even though they're kind of like this enemies or like hating each other, and their banter is just like over the top, but he shows her in ways like sneaking a snack into her bag. He cooks for her, and he basically says like, please eat at my restaurant and things like that, and just really tries to work through why they don't like each other. And I'm also glad that the miscommunication part, where in the very beginning she thought that he had hated on her body, and she was just like, why, like, that's, I don't like you for that, which is fair. I mean, why would you comment on anyone's body? That's not yours. But they have already addressed that, like they already talked it through, and he was just like, no, I didn't say like I was turning you down because of your body. I was turning you down because of like, we don't want the same things in relationships and things like that. At 33% in, they had already talked about that miscommunication, so I'm glad it's not being dragged out all the way into like the end, and like that's the reason why they're not together. Not a fan of the miscommunication trope. I'm so glad that I am enjoying that because it is so good. Moving on to my Kindle update, I just dropped my Kindle. I have been reading Cinderella's Faking It, and I'm 9% of the way in. It is so entertaining, and I'm starting to understand the situation a little bit better, because at first I was like, okay, how is she going to fake being this socialite if the socialite is really popular and everyone knows her? Like, they obviously don't look alike, like they're not twins. But I understand now that the socialite Cordelia hasn't been seen in 15 years, so the way this is gonna play out is gonna be really interesting, and I'm so excited. I'm really happy with the 2 books I have going on. I feel like hopefully I can finish it today, because I just want to know the outcome of each and every single one of them. Let me do a little snow update, guys. I'm not wearing long pants, so it's freezing. This is the snow update. Super slushy. Oh, it's still hard. Never mind. This is what I'm wearing. A bodysuit, and literally showing every skin that I have, so I'm freezing. I'm freezing. I don't know why I decided to do a snow weather update where my arms and legs are freezing, so cozy is going on. Hopefully I don't fall asleep because I wear this at night, and I don't know if my body is like, okay, cozy on, time to close your eyes, but hopefully that is not the case. I am going to do a little bit of computer work. So what I want to do is listen to my audiobook, because I love listening to my audiobook and working. Multitasking is the best thing, especially with an audiobook. I love them, and I'm so happy I get to hear more of their story. Hey guys, reading update time. I just had a very late lunch. I was starving to the point where I was nauseous because I couldn't find food, so I didn't know what to eat. I ended up getting some Thai food to go. I'm trying to hold up the container, but I can't. But I still feel nauseous. I think I just ate too late. But I was thinking, these past few days, I've had like a headache, and I think it's the coffee. I usually don't have coffee in the morning like that. Like, it's been months since I've had. I do have migraine, so I think the caffeine really does trigger the migraine, so I think that's why I've been feeling off these past couple of days, and I just been having to vlog it, so you get to witness that. I was listening to the audiobook and working at the same time, so let's do a little check mark. I am 44% of the way through, so I listened to 11% since we last chatted. It is so good. I'm at the point where they're kind of like acknowledging that they like each other and they could be something more, and they are so good when they're flirting. Like, they are so good. They would be so good as a couple. But I'm kind of like, okay, if we're kicking off at like 44%, what's gonna happen in the rest half of the book? I don't want a third act breakup. I don't. So hopefully something good happens because they're about to get together. What else does this mean? But I'm gonna hop into my ebook because I am excited to read Cinderella's Faking It or continue reading it. Where did I leave off? I just used my lips to tap the book. I'm still at 9%. I've read like 2 pages before I realized I was really hungry, so. The weather is also significantly better outside, so I'm not technically snowed in anymore because things are opening up. Wow, my room is so messy. I'm gonna listen to some Jack Johnson because I love Jack Johnson. Let's start with Banana Pancakes though. Go outside, unbeknownst. Besties, you're getting the most vulnerable, raw, honest version of myself because I have so many pimple patches on my face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pimple patches. And I felt like I could have put more because I woke up today and I just started breaking out like wild. I don't know what's going on. Maybe because it's a new skincare. Maybe because yesterday I think I accidentally put fragrance on my face. But you know, this is the real me. We are authentic on this channel, so you get the best version of me. It is currently 3 p.m. I've been reading all morning. I haven't really vlogged it because a lot of it was like multitasking. I was doing work and listening to my audiobook. But this is the final update. For my snowed in week reading vlog, I am 86% into Tastes Like Shakar. I'm going to be honest, this book started off so good. Like, I was so excited. Maybe up until like 50%, I was just intrigued and just so curious in the couple, and I just wanted them together. I thought they were so good together. I just really love the way they interacted. And then for like 20 or 30%, it got kind of boring. Not boring where I would DNF, like it was never that boring, but it was kind of just like, okay, like what's new? Because a lot of it was the same recurring themes. They're planning the wedding, someone is out to get like the wedding, like Perm and Karina, they don't want the wedding to happen. Which is a still really interesting part because I am kind of like, who wants to cancel the wedding? So that part has always been intriguing, but Bobby and Bunty part, it kind of got like, okay, like they're on different coasts, they are both obsessed with their work, and they're just too busy for each other, but they really, really want to make it work. He is deciding if he wants to stay on the East Coast or West Coast, and that is a big barrier in their potential relationship because she is so solid in being on the West Coast, or I mean the East Coast, not the West Coast. It just felt like that one little storyline was stretched out for 20%, and I just felt like that was too long. Like if it was maybe like 8 to 10%, I would get it. Like I'm like, okay, this is obviously a problem in their relationship and it's something they want to address, but it was just pulled out really long, so then I got bored. I am 86% in, so I'm on chapter 27, so page 285. I'm practically near the end. I only have like 3 more chapters to go. I love the text messages in this book though. I will say I love reading like interactions when there's text messages. I think that's just so entertaining. I'm at the part where he's trying to grovel because all romance books have a groveling part, and yeah. Moving on to my Kindle, I am 15% in Cinderella's Faking It. I really wish I was further in, but I keep on picking up my Kindle at the wrong time. Like when I'm sleepy, I pick it up and I'm like, okay, I'll probably read like 2 pages before I knock out. Or I'll pick it up when I feel like I have a headache because I've been staring at my phone screen so long, and then I'm kind of like, the last thing I want to look at is another screen. So that's why I keep on like putting the book away, but not because it's a bad book. It's still really interesting. I'm starting to understand the dynamic dynamic a little bit better, so I really like that. But Bex, who is the male main character's older brother, just said something that kind of like threw me off and I didn't like it, so I'll have to see where this goes. Maybe there's character development or something, but we'll see. That is my last reading update for this video. Thank you so much for spending the last few days with me, staying stuck inside and reading. It was so exciting to read for a video because I feel like I haven't filmed a reading vlog in a long time. So this was good. This was much needed, and I'm so glad I got to take you guys on that adventure. We read 86% of one book, 15% of one book, and then 10 pages of another book that I finished. So 3 books. I'm just gonna say 3 books because that makes more sense. But that's pretty exciting for the last 3 days. Thank you so much for joining me on that adventure and reading with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Comment down below what other videos you want to see from me, and stay warm, besties. I'll see you next time.